Hey everyone, welcome to the Humm Daddies. This is a Victory Monday podcast because we won. It's a victory. We're Niners faithful. You're Niners faithful. Joe Starkey, how's it feel to get a win?
Feels great, man. Kick some Cardinal ass. It was a great time down there in Arizona.
Feels great, baby. We took over the stands too. That feels great, but it also reminded me of the Dodgers taking over the Giants. Don't love that, but you know, win
Yeah.
some, lose some. So let's go over the game. I mean, we got a monumental win. We needed it. It was expected. We were favored, but we weren't favored by 20 plus. We were favored by, I believe, like 2.5, 3. And we got the W. So let's just, start with the obvious. Brock Purdy returned. And me and you and I were at Brock Purdy's last start at Levi's, very close to seeing him in action against the Jaguars, and he looked like hammered dog shit, as Zachariah would say. What changed? What'd you see in Brock, and did he make you and I, who didn't want to see him out there, eat our words?
Yes and no. First of all, it was nice to have Sky Moore run a 98-yard kick return, just punch it in 7-0 right off the top, and I think it was 13-0 before you could even blink. But Brock Purdy, he looked totally in control of the offense. I feel like what I forgot was his mastery of Shanahan's offense. He was checking play calls. He was finding open receivers. He just looked like he was a total, just totally in charge of that football team, of that offense, and I had full confidence in him. That being said, I still think Mac Jones should have played, and I still think Brock Purdy, his arm strength looked a little iffy. He had a couple iffy decisions, but he just threw a couple ducks, couple like lofty passes, and he didn't look quite as confident as I would like to see him. I mean, I think he threw 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks. So he looked good, but I think maybe there was a little something left to be desired, if I'm honest.
And he did. If we're being honest, there were multiple situations where he was scrambling and just threw it into maybe 3 defenders with one guy in there. There's a lot of situations that could have swung the game the other way
Totally.
if the Cardinals didn't set their franchise record for penalties, which was a little fishy, a little suspicious.
Well, let's not forget the Cardinals played like dog poo poo. They looked really bad. I mean, 17 penalties set a franchise record. They were just getting in their own way time and time again. Although Brissett set the record also for completions. He had 47 completions. I think he threw for 452 yards, but they only scored 22 points. I don't know. It was a weird game for
It was
Arizona.
very weird. Yeah, you had Sky Moore take it 98 yards and get run down like a yard shy of the end zone. So the Niners punch it in. That gives Purdy a big boost right away. And then the Niners, there's something about the Niners D, which obviously the D line got no penetration. They didn't get any sacks again, but we did get 2 picks and a fumble, or 3 picks?
Uh, 2 picks, 3 turnovers. I think 2 picks and a fumble.
2 picks and a
One
yeah.
fumble at the goal line.
So with those like bend but not break things happening with our defense and all the penalties, I think that allowed Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals to, set records offensively, even though they clearly got dominated the entirety of the game. It was a weird one, no doubt about it. But I was steadfast on having Mac play, and so were you.
Yeah,
Uh,
him.
and I think we kind of need to eat our words because Brock's toe didn't seem to bother him at all. Like, he was scrambling. He was, if anything, he looked like he was out of rhythm at times when he would scramble out of the pocket and then throw something into 5 guys. Or
It's clearly not what he wanted to do. He did not
Right.
want to go run for a first down. That was not the agenda. But even so, he was just there was something, when Mac Jones, when he's in the pocket, he gets to his drop, and that ball's kind of got to come out. If it doesn't come out, he looks like he's got no other options. Brock Purdy, even though he wasn't scrambling well, he's still like thinking and knows where everybody is. He'll even throw these like lofty passes to Juice or McCaffrey, and I'm just like, how's it even getting
Kittle.
there? To
Yeah.
Kittle, yeah.
He can
So
get it downfield. It's just not like a bullet, He has a lot of touch. He can't like grip it and rip it like Mac does. Mac has a bullet arm. He has a cannon.
yeah,
Purdy can get it where it needs to go, and he has touch. And that's something you can't really sleep on. Although, like combine people, like scouts, and I think college, the numbers don't really tell you about touch. Touch is a big thing.
yeah.
If you can find a guy down the seam, air it out to him, with a lob that goes 38 yards with touch, that's just as effective as throwing a 40-yarder to a dude running a deep slant, with a
So do you know
cannon.
what? Yeah, do you know a quarterback that used to call? They used to say he had a very catchable ball. He used to play for the 49ers.
Jeff Garcia,
Jeff Garcia. No, I'm thinking about Joe Montana. There's a guy named Joe Montana who
right? A lot of touch on his balls.
lot of touch, a lot of
A lot of
scramble,
touch on his balls and Dwight
real,
Clark's. And Dwight
real,
Clark's.
real good competitor. I mean, I see a lot of Joe Montana and Brock Purdy. Obviously, Brock Purdy is what do you call it? The last pick in the draft and all this. But
Right. Hold on,
what
Starkey. Can you give me something for a lot of touch on Joe Montana's balls, Dwight Clark's balls, Deion Sanders' balls, Ricky Waters' balls? I'm thinking probably Eric Wright's balls, Ronnie Lott's balls, Jerry Rice's balls,
it's a lot of balls.
Terrell Owens' balls, Randy Moss's balls, Mike Sherrard's balls. I'm thinking Amp Lee's balls. I'm thinking Terry Kirby's
Man.
balls. I'm thinking Garrison Hurst's balls. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I don't know. You got lost me with all those Calhoun.
Okay,
there.
Joe Montana had a nice touch on his ball.
Yeah, he did, and I think we kind of sleep on that aspect of Brock's game. He's just like an incredible competitor. He knows the playbook very well, and he doesn't give up on a play, maybe to his detriment. And he just is a winner. He just kind of he doesn't look like a number one pick in the draft. He doesn't throw like one. He doesn't necessarily run one like one, but he just gets it done, and his team loves him. It's just I don't know. I can just see why Brock Purdy has been successful in the league.
Yeah.
That being said, I still think Mac Jones should have played. I still think Mac Jones should play the next week. I don't think Brock Purdy is 100% yet.
What'd you think of Shanahan having Purdy and CMC in there up 20 plus?
Hated it.
With a few minutes left.
Well, but let's go for two. Let's go for freaking two and take a sack with 4 minutes to go, up 19 points or whatever.
Well, I think that's because Pinheiro had his hamstring pulled at that point. But
I don't care. Bring in Jones for the 2-point conversion.
Why is Brock Purdy? Why is George Kittle? Why is Christian McCaffrey in the game in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left and you're up? What were they up at that point? 27 something points. Like
it's the ghost of Tom Brady. Shanahan will never forget the ghost of Tom Brady that came back.
It is that game, isn't it?
I what else could it be? I don't know. He just won't give up the goose. He just keeps going.
He's
for
so
it.
conservative. He's so conservative about everything else, but not that.
No,
so
load management is not a concern for this gentleman. He's got to beat Arizona by 22 points. It's got to happen. I mean, I don't know. He just isn't playing the long game, in my opinion, and I think many other people's opinion too. Because it is painful to watch Brock Purdy with his little injured toe running around, taking a sack with 4 minutes to go, going for a 2-point conversion. It was nuts.
Even more than Brock. When I saw CMC going up the gut with 4 minutes left again, I saw a lot of tweets, a lot of people saying, "What the fuck is going on?"
Well, okay, but I do want to stay positive here. It is a Victory Monday, and I am just thrilled about this 49ers offense, whether I think Mac Jones should be in there or not. I think this offense is really coming into form. George Kittle, that guy's a force. That guy can play tight end pretty good.
Not bad.
Christian McCaffrey, is having the time of his life here in 2025. He can do anything he wants. I think he averaged like 6 yards a carry. The guy's looking phenomenal. He's catching balls, 3 touchdowns. How's that for fantasy football? That guy's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. And Brian Robinson, when you want him to, back him up, he's pretty good too. Juwan Jennings is pretty good also.
Yeah.
I mean,
Juwan bailed out Brock in a catch or two. He just tossed it up for grabs.
Everyone made a big deal about Pearsall coming back, and maybe he took the top off the D at one point without having, being a decoy. But
I did see a couple replays. One where it should have been a Pearsall touchdown. He made a real quick move, faked that guy out going to the right. He came back to the left, and he was wide open for a touchdown. But the left side of the line just let everybody come through. I guess Ben Barch was in the game. It didn't go well.
right.
So I'd like to see more out of Pearsall. That was something I was kind of looking for. I didn't see much of that. But
Just happy he's back. Just happy he's back.
Yeah, I'm happy he's back too. I think the offense is going to carry the load, but they might have to carry a big load because let's talk about the defense. So, Jake, what do you think about this young, solid defense going forward?
Okay, so obviously the offense is going to be the staple here. This team is going to have to outscore teams, and that's there's a saying, it's 30 for Purdy. So you need Brock to put up 30 every time. We got 40. And that's the way you got to play. It's the way other teams played us for a couple of weeks. Like the Texans controlled the ball, Yeah, and we're going to need ball control. That's really what you have to do, and you got to hope for a few key stops. I mean, honestly, it's so cartoonish how down we are on defense for personnel. Now Bethune's hurt too. Like, come on, guys.
High ankle sprain, out for like a month or so.
Yeah, it's it's insult to injury or vice versa.
I think what I'm looking for with Bethune out, which is just another brutal loss, is maybe Nick Martin will step up. I think Curtis Robinson had 12 tackles. He did pretty well. So I don't know. Next man up, it seems to be.
Isn't that crazy? We're down to like that low on the linebacker depth chart, and we're Greenlaw and Hufunga left us. In the offseason, they're leading the best defense in the league. So that's kind of hard to watch. They just beat the Chiefs, which I'm down for. But
that's not hard to watch at all. That's lovely. That's good TV.
But don't you wish they were with us still?
I mean, there's so many people I wish were playing for the 49ers right now, whether they're on the team or not. It's incredible that we're relevant 7-4 with the state of our defense. And just look at all the rookies that are playing. The whole secondary they're all rookies. All the defensive line, the linebacking crew, they're all like first and second year guys.
Yeah, and Green had a bad penalty, I believe, but overall, I love what he's doing. And Mustafa, I've been a big fan of him since his rookie campaign. He came back after an injury this year. He had a big pick. Like, those guys are just somehow we just find these kind of later round dudes, unsigned dudes that are just dogs. So I'd like to give a shout out to them, especially Malik Mustafa. Man, that guy is a beast. That's a jersey I might want.
Yeah. Do you know who I think is kind of an unsung hero on this team is Lenore. He's playing.
Yeah.
Demo's playing incredibly well. He should have had a house call. He took a wrong turn. If he just went down to the sideline, that would have been a touchdown. That would have been a pick six. But he's been great, and nobody talks about him because nobody throws to him unless they get picked. Well,
last year he got his name known because no one knew who he was. And then once you become that guy that no one throws towards, you kind of get forgotten. But yeah, good call.
Yeah, Huff is, I guess he's okay, but otherwise it's all young guys, really. So
yeah, I mean it's next body up, not next man up.
I'm really curious to see how Nick Martin does. I don't know why they haven't been playing him, but he's I think he was a 3rd round pick, so it'll be great to see if he can step up. Because let's face it. Our only hope here is that we're going to have to continue to have guys stepping up.
Yeah. So can you think of teams, not just Niners teams, but in the past, because we're almost full strength offensively.
I would say
Which
so.
which is crazy. Like we were thinking this team is just like a carcass of a team, and we're barely getting by. But this last week, this offense was like, oh shit, this is that Niners offense that was like damn near the Super Bowl offense. You know?
I don't think Ayuk is coming through that door anytime soon. But other
No,
than
but I
that,
don't know if you need them.
no, I don't think it's gonna be fine. Other than that, I think the offense is only going to get better. No more injuries withstanding.
Right.
It's really, for me, it's really about this defense. Can we do enough? Put enough pressure on the quarterback, stop the run. It'll be really interesting. The next game here is Monday Night Football here in Santa Clara against Carolina, who I think the running game is decent. They have a winning record, so
Yeah, they're a lot better than people thought they'd be.
Yeah, I mean, we're still favored by almost a touchdown, but it'll be curious to see if the run defense can hold their own. We get no pass rush, and we just hope those young DBs can get a pressure sack or something like that.
I just wanted to ask you, can you think of an NFL team that had to outscore to win, like to win it all? A team that was that good with a kind of a faulty defense.
Well, I mean, I've been watching the Bills this last few years. I feel like they just have to outscore teams,
Well, they haven't won it all. No.
Well, you're talking about who has won it all?
Yeah. Maybe Saints back in like 2009.
Yeah, I feel like defense wins championships, honestly.
That's what they always say, but I mean, not necessarily these days.
I mean,
some of those Chiefs teams had to be kind of, mostly offense
they've
heavy.
had some good defenses, though. I wouldn't sleep on the defense. Yeah, I mean, even all those Patriots.
How about that? So that Eagles Foles versus Brady Super Bowl.
That was a wild Super Bowl. That was a shootout.
Those two teams, that was like the worst Patriots defense in a long time. They didn't win, but that Eagles defense wasn't great either. I think, what was the final? That Super Bowl was in the 40s.
High-scoring affair. I was at your brother-in-law's house out there in Carmichael or whatever it was in Sacramento.
You were there?
Yeah.
At mine?
Yeah.
Were you? Okay.
I was.
All right.
It's a fact checker route.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, no, I defense wins championships, man. I mean, you don't have to be the 85 Bears, but I think you do have to put some pressure on the quarterback. So, what are we trying to do here? Unfortunately, I feel like this season is up for grabs. And at the trade deadline, it would have been nice to put a couple, some meatheads on that line to stiffen things up. But, as it is, we're pretty flaccid there on the defensive line.
Flaccid, not Joe Montana, not Dwight Clark.
No.
Not Eric.
No, our offense is looking stiff.
Offense is stiff. Offense is Jerry Rice territory. We're talking Roger Craig. We're talking Brent Jones. We're talking Tom Rathman stiff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking Dwight Clark stiff. We're talking even JJ Stokes stiff in his prime. You know what I mean?
JJ.
He's a little flaccid.
More from JJ. I didn't quite get what I needed from JJ. I mean, Ed McCaffrey was about as good as JJ Stokes.
Terrell Owens stiff.
That's pretty.
Michael Crabtree stiff.
Yeah, I'll get
Vernon Davis stiff.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Frank Gore stiff.
Mm-hmm. Frank Gore, Hall of Famer to be.
Yeah, is that official or is he just a candidate?
I think he's officially nominated, and with
right. But it's weird that there's controversy around Gore at all because he's third ever in rushing yards.
Yeah, no,
he's number 3.
It's a lock.
There's this weird argument that says you have to have been the best player of 1 or 2 years of your generation. He
might not have been the best player of his generation.
No, but why would that stop you from being in the Hall of Fame? He was always like the second or third best running back.
It wouldn't stop you in the Baseball Hall of Fame for just Rafael Palmeiro or Jim Tomei or who a lot of guys just.
Palmeiro's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he should be. That's right. That's right. That's right. We're sticking to 49er football here. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So
Okay. So, uh,
injuries. I want to talk about the injuries just a little bit.
okay.
So yeah, we got Bethune is hurt, and then the other guy that's hurt is our boy Eddie Money. Eddie
That's a
Money
big one.
yeah, he's pure for field goals. I don't know. Has he even missed one yet?
I don't believe he has.
Has not missed one. Has he missed an extra point? Yeah,
Half
four
of
of them.
them.
Yeah, a lot of extra
About
points.
50% of
know how
his
that
extra
works.
points.
Yeah,
Well,
Eddie
and that's
Money.
a thing in the NFL this year, and I don't understand it. But yeah, I
No,
don't
no
care
idea.
though. He's hitting those 50-yard field goals. Go ahead and miss an extra point.
No, I'm going to be devastated that he's not suiting up next week. So
So
what
who the
we're going
hell
to
did
have
we
to.
get? Moody he was on the practice squad of the Bears,
Yeah.
and Debo picked him up on the Commanders. So who do we have now? Bring Robbie Gold out? He's like 5 years older than we are.
I would love that, but no, we're
Mike
not going to
Kofor might be in the grave.
Mike Kofor. Mike Kofor was not that good. The special teams was just not that good in those
Maybe Jose
incredible
Cortez?
89 Niners. What's
Give
that?
us Jose Cortez.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Greg Joseph or whoever was in the practice squad
Yeah, right.
I don't
Did
know.
he make a squad?
No, I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be a surprise. So it's not going to be as sexy as Eddie Money's been. That's what I'm going to tell you. So
All right.
hopefully it doesn't come down to a last minute field goal. So we got 2 games before the bye. We got Carolina Monday Night Football. But we're going to go live next Monday. So please join us on Humm Daddies, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We
that'll
could
be
have a
fun.
watch party, if we're all daddies here and everyone gets sick. We've all been sick. Hopefully Monday does not stop that. Let's advertise it. People have a thirst for these daddies here. People have a thirst for this mug and that mug. That Starkey Warriors black hat with that phallus in his face, that silver phallus with Jeff Garcia raising over it. That's nice.
Yeah.
So we're going live next Monday. Put it in the books. But there's a couple things also we still need to get to as the Niners win. So Shanahan, what do you think of his play calling there? And do you think he cedes more to Brock than he did to Mac? Because did you see Mac changing plays? At the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was what really impressed me about Brock Purdy this week is his mastery of the offense. I think he checked down changed the play call about 3 times. One, you could see on TV, McCaffrey was wide open for a touchdown, and he was pointing at Brock to his head like, "You're smart play call. You did that." I mean, so that's the kind of magical stuff. That's like Peyton Manning, Omaha-esque type of stuff that Brock Purdy's out there doing. So that is how you can change the dynamic of a football game, being able to take a genius level. Sorry, I know you love Shanahan, but like a top mind of the offense, top offensive mind in football, Shanahan, and incorporate that and change play calls at the line of scrimmage. Just like Brock Purdy is a game changer if he can continue to do that. And I kind of didn't realize how much he was affecting the game in that way until I watched Mac Jones play very well for how many games? 6, 7 games. But he wasn't doing all that. He wasn't finding wide open guys after doing an audible at the line.
Well, Joey, I would hope you would know by this point. It's not that I don't think Shanahan's a bad overall coach. I think he's a head case in stressful situations when it comes down to winning in big time playoff games. I think he's a head case when it comes to time management, clock management, when
Yeah.
it comes to winning big games. I think he's amazing when it comes to nurturing quarterbacks, bringing the best out of quarterbacks, like understanding their talents, understanding their pluses and minuses, and kind of utilizing what works. I think Shanahan's great at that, and I've always said that.
Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
not undermine my Shanahan take, because Shanahan, you are great at nurturing quarterbacks and offenses. You are a great play designer. You are not good when it comes down to the wire because you're a head case and you need someone in there to knock you in the head and stop, freaking out,
Even when
getting all
he's up,
anxious.
Yeah, with 4 minutes to go, even if he's up 20 points, he's doing the wrong thing. I think you might be onto something. He's just a bit of he's
Right.
just
Like,
a little
what are you
tighter
trying to
there.
prove, dude? It's like he has a chip on his shoulder. And I think we all can see that. The chip's called Mike. Um, Mike turns out to be one of the greatest offensive minds of all time. And I think Kyle he got stuff from Mike, and there's no shame in that, dude. You just accept that. You say, yeah, hey, I come from a good breed of play designers and offensive minds, and I don't need to have this chip on my shoulder, especially in my mid 40s. You look like a fool at that point. It's like, come on, man. And all of the guys who have been like under Shanahan coach, like all the coaches under him have won.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I'm starting to get more the feeling that we have a crazy scientist, like a wacky coach who's sort of a savant in a way, not too dissimilar to a Bill Belichick, just wired a little differently. Very intent on winning, but maybe missing a few lug nuts. That's just. I
I th-
I feel like Shanahan is like really special at what he does, and we would not be in the position we are right now if he wasn't our coach. We would not win that Rams game on Thursday Night Football. That's for damn sure. Like he's done a couple things this year that have just been really impressive. But at the same time, there's some head scratching too. So I think it just kind of comes with the territory. I'm sure glad we got Robert Saleh on defense, kind of alleviate some of the pressure on that side of the ball for Shanahan. So I think that's a good combination. And hopefully we can just continue to have Sky Moore run 98-yard kick returns to
yeah,
start the
right.
game, and we can be ahead from the beginning because I think he does pretty well in that scenario.
Right, and I don't doubt that, Joe. I just want to, it's like people say, "Well, who are you going to replace him with?" The point is, he's not like a complete moron. He's not an idiot. He's not one of the worst coaches in the league. I've never said that. And as I said with Artie before, like when he criticized Steve Kerr about Kaminga and stuff, you can have it. I mean, just because a coach is really good doesn't mean he can't be criticized. There's a lot of gray area. Shanahan is an excellent offensive mind. Anyone who watches football can tell he freaks out when the game's on the line. You don't lose 3 Super Bowls with a 90 plus percentile chance of you winning in the fourth quarter and never win one. You don't lose those three when you're 90% plus chance of winning.
He had 90% chance in the two 49er games.
At one point, he did, yeah.
Wow, that
Yeah.
hurts.
When it was 3rd and 14
Oh, that hurts.
for the Chiefs, that first one, remember
Oh,
that?
oh yeah, oh yeah. I remember 3rd and 14.
That was in the fourth quarter. We were up 10. You get a stop there. I mean, it's a 98% chance. I think at that time it was 91. And then the last one, it was after Jennings. I forgot the moment, but it was a 90% chance at one point, according to like the ESPN analytics.
Brutal. Okay, I don't want to talk about that anymore
Yeah.
because that hurts.
Yeah.
And another thing is, I'm not expecting a Super Bowl appearance this year. I'm hoping we get in the playoffs. I hope we win a game in the playoffs. I think our division is going to be tough to come out on top. I think both the Rams and the Seahawks look pretty good. Rams pulled one out on the Seahawks this week, so they kind of got pole position there. But I think looking at the rest of the schedule, we got Carolina on Monday, then we got at Cleveland, then we get the bye, and then Tennessee home. That should be a win. So I'm hoping we win these next 3 games if I'm getting greedy. And then it gets a little iffy going at Indiana or at Indianapolis on another Monday Night Football game, and then Chicago home, and then Seattle to finish the season. So those last 3 are going to be a little bit tough, but the next 3 look, I don't know, pretty winnable. So 7-4 currently. I think we got 3 wins for sure. So that's 10 wins, and I'm looking at 11.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's very doable. And I think with the way, did you see how the Lions looked last night against the Eagles and the way the Eagles even looked against the Lions? There was
Yeah.
no dominating forces in that game.
Yeah.
Um, who looks dominant? The Chiefs just lost to the Broncos. We had our own Artavon Davron on here saying how soft the Broncos were. Is there any
I mean,
dominant team?
I feel like the Rams are pretty good. I'd be concerned to play them.
Remiss.
Yeah,
You'd be remiss if you said the Rams weren't good.
the Rams are good. So I wouldn't want to come across them in the playoffs. I think Stafford's looking incredible. They got a lot of weapons. But yeah, I mean, hell, they could surprise some teams. I just, the bottom line is, f Jed York for not letting us go get a defensive
You
lineman
don't
at
know
the
it's
trade
Jed
deadline.
York. You're just spurned by Fisher. Don't say it's York.
I think it was Jed. Jed, we could have had a defensive lineman and a chance this year, and you didn't let us have it. I mean,
Jed paid Ayuk and he paid Purdy, and he saw no games happening
yeah, no, that's
between
I
them.
know that's what happened. I'm getting greedy.
Fisher's never paid anyone, so they're don't equate one to the
Let's not compare the two right there.
no.
Jed is here. He's not Eddie. Eddie's off the screen. But Fisher is just like in the basement. That guy's the worst to ever do it. Don't even compare him with
So
anybody.
hey, they're coming out with a Sacramento jersey for their final season in Sacramento.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
congratulations, Sacramento! You've earned a new jersey this year. Thanks
They
for playing.
Sacramento hates them too. So like it seems like Fisher paid off all of the um, like publications to say how expensive tickets would be to that facility to watch, like big market teams in a small minor league park. But it turns out that was all bullshit, and they ended up having the cheapest mean price for a baseball ticket all year.
Yeah, he's just a crock of crap all year long. 20 years of this. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
They've forever been the up and coming young team, so they're that again this year. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
Not.
All right. Well, I guess that about does it. But before we go, Joe, I want a nice little clip here. Starkey, top 5 Niners running backs from the 90s. Draft. Go. You start.
All right. I'm gonna go Ricky Waters.
I'll go Garrison Hurst.
I think Roger Craig played in the '90s.
For one season, possibly, after he was hated. Okay. Give me, was it Charlie Garner?
Can I? Bar none is a fullback, but he ran the ball a lot. Can I use him?
That's a
All
pathetic
right.
choice, but sure.
That is pretty good choice. I don't know. What do you get? Craig Barlow? We're running out of running backs here.
Kevin Barlow.
Yeah, there he is, Kevin Barlow.
Was he in the 90s? I think
It feels like that's 2000.
he might have started in 99 or something.
Yeah.
You got to know these guys. I'm going Amp Lee.
I know you're going to go Amply. Is Harry Sidney, is he 80s or 90s?
80s.
Fuck. Obviously, Tom Rathman's also a fullback. I'm running a little dry here. We did Garrison Hurst already. I saw Garrison Hurst have the most amazing play against the Jets in overtime. I was
Can't believe I have more knowledge about this stuff than you. You're not diehard 90s Niners guy.
I think I'm out of running backs from the 90s.
Lawrence Phillips.
That was bad.
What's his claim to fame for the Niners?
I mean, he got in a lot of legal trouble. What was it for the 49ers? He was on the Rams.
He was the one who missed the block that ended Steve Young's career.
Oh.
And then he hung himself in prison. Hey, and let's go with Terry Kirby.
Terry Kirby is a good one. Yeah, I like that. All right, I'm done with 90s 49ers running backs because I ran out.
All right. That'll be a great clip. All right, we're good. That was hey, it's Victory Monday. Got to get creative. Dom Peralta, he's still in a meeting. We'll see him next time. Larry Krueger, we'll see you next time as well. I am Jake Lucas. That's Joe Starkey. We are the Humm Daddies. Anything else, Joe?
I'll see you next time, Jake. Let's do it.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Humm Daddies. Take it easy, guys.
All right.